I was thinking how that happens, that martial arts keep you humble. And then I recall my own experience in martial arts. And from time to time, when you hit a wall or when a wall hits you, it keeps you in check. And I also want to talk about this idea of the balance that you suggested, Jacob, from a slightly different perspective, but also in this numerical space. Usually when we hear someone say +1, it's about something pretty simple, right? Are you bringing someone to the wedding? +1. Are you coming to the party? +1. Who is your date? Is your +1. It's almost a throwaway line, something casual, assumed easy. But this week's Torah portion, Parashat Shmini, in this parsha, the idea of the +1 takes a much deeper and maybe little unexpected meaning. Shmini literally means eighth. The Torah portion we read today, that starts in the book of Leviticus chapter 9, describes the day when the Mishkan, the portable tabernacle, is completed. If you are following the sequence of Torah, the Torah is like traveling back to the past. I'm going to a previous episode. And for 7 days, the Israelites performed rituals of dedications. The priests dedicated themselves to prepare themselves for 7 days. And then, on the 8th day, something new happens. The divine presence, the Shekhinah, comes to dwell with them. Not just preparation any longer, presence. Why the 8th day and why not on the 7th day? Thus, number 7 represents in our tradition completion. The cycle of creation happens on 7 days. Our sages in the Talmud, in Arachim, say that something quite amazing. They say that the lyre of the days, that the harp of the days of this world has 7 strings, while the harp of the day of the Messiah will have 8 strings. Meaning, 7 is the music of this world, but 8 is the music of something beyond. 8 is what happens when we step outside the cycle of time and touch eternity. The Kli Yakar, the Hasidic rabbi, explains 7 symbolizes nature order. Everything we can plan and understand. 8 symbolizes the infinite, the transcendent, what lies beyond the perimeter of time and space. And you can feel this rhythm pulsing through Jewish life. It is all over the place. 8 days for Brit Milah, for the circumcision. The covenant doesn't happen on the 7th day, but is +1. 8 lights for Hanukkah. Not just the 7 branches of the menorah that we used to have at the temple, but the menorah +1. Receiving the Torah. Receiving the Torah. After 7 weeks of 7 days every single week, in the +1, we receive the Torah. That's the holiday of Shavuot. Judaism keeps whispering to us, don't get stuck in this idea of completion. Very interesting, the word completion in Hebrew. I'm not available right now. The idea of completion and the idea of perfection, these two misconceptions often in our lives, in Hebrew are expressed with the same word, wholeness. We say wholeness is shlemut, means completion, and means perfection. So Judaism is telling us, don't get stuck in completion. Life begins beyond it. But there is a danger, and it's right there in the heart of this week, Parashat. On that very 8th day, 2 of Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu, as Jacob was telling us, offered Esh Sarah, a strange fire that was not commanded. And they are consumed by divine fire. It's a shocking moment, a tragedy on a day of celebration. So what went wrong? Some commentators will say, and I am absolutely paraphrasing, they mistook inspiration for arrival. They mistook preparation for permission. They thought that they had already reached the ultimate and forgot that the +1 is not just celebration. It is the beginning of a sacred responsibility. The +1 demands that we recognize, even when we think we know, there is still mystery. Even when we think we are ready, there is still work to do. Even when we think we have built the sanctuary, we are still students of eternity. When we forget that, we literally risk getting burned. Burned by arrogance, burned by complacency, burned by mistaking a milestone for the destination. When I was a teenager, especially when I felt depleted or drained, there was a song that I really liked to hear. It was written by actually a Jewish composer. His name is Alejandro Lerner, and it's called Volver a Empezar, to begin again. There is a part of that song that says, begin again, the game is not over yet, begin again, may the fire not go out, there is still so much left to walk. Tomorrow will be a new day, under the sun, begin again. When I was younger, I thought this song was about surviving moments of defeat. But now I understand it differently. Remind me never again to put my pages together. I don't know how to deal with this. Totally confusing. Now I understand it quite differently. Volver a empezar, to begin again, is not just for moments of exhaustion. It's a way of living. It's the heart that knows that even after we build, after we achieve, after we celebrate, there is still more light to reveal. There is still so much left to walk. Hope is born precisely in that space beyond completion, in the humility to know we have not yet seen the whole picture, and the courage to keep walking forward so that it can be revealed, so it can reveal itself. And that is not just a spiritual idea. It's also the world in which we are living right now. When we look at our current circumstances, the political environment, the social tensions, the moral and ethical tests we face daily, new executive orders, protests, conflicts, fears, you name it. It would be easy to think that things are either hopelessly broken or triumphantly decided. We do well with dichotomies. The only problem is that the world doesn't exist, doesn't really take place in dichotomies. There's just not. We are standing again on the 8th day. We are called again into the tension of the +1. The work is not done. The game is not over. The fire must not go out. This Shabbat is also Shabbat Kumah, the Shabbat of renewal, of rebirth after loss and devastation. The Shabbat that falls between the Memorial Day for the Holocaust in Israel and the Independence Day in Israel. That Shabbat is called the Shabbat of rebirth. And this Shabbat is a spiritual cousin of this Torah portion also, of Parashat Shmini, of the text we are reading in the Torah. Both remind us that after what seems like the end, there is a new beginning waiting to be made. Both invite us to connect more deeply with our experiences of apparent completion, positive or negative, and to actively bring our +1, the sense of eternity, the song of redemption, the gravitas and game-changing presence of hope. So wherever you are right now, whatever sanctuary you are building, whatever fears you are carrying, I want to pray and I want to hope that we will find our +1. The +1 of the Brit Milah, carving covenant again and again into the flesh of our life. The +1 of Hanukkah, lighting the extra light we need when the world feels and when our lives feel very dark. The +1 of Sinai, standing again at the foot of mystery with hands open wide. The harp, the musical instrument of the redemption of Messiah, of hope, that has 8 strings. The 8th string is the song that hasn't been yet played, but it is waiting. It is waiting to be played and to be heard. It's the music of tomorrow's light, born in today's humility. It is the music of tomorrow's light, born in today's humility. It's not over. The fire must not go out. There is still so much left to walk. Tomorrow will be a new day under the sun. Volver a empezar. Shabbat Shalom.